Hey everybody, it says we're live, and let me see who just came in here. It's Chattanooga Ed. Hey Ed, I thought I just added you, but I didn't. Hang on. Add to stream. There we go. How you doing? Can't hear you. Can't hear you. Susie, welcome.
I'm gonna go get coffee real quick, okay? Hi,
Okay.
Ed. I thought you were sick. I'm so good to see you.
Thank you.
I
Can
can.
you hear me now?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Yep.
Oh, I haven't been on since last Monday.
I
Been
know.
off
Wow.
for a long time.
Go
Well,
ahead,
it's good to
Susie.
see your face.
Yeah, it
I'm gonna
is.
go
Oh,
run,
thank
okay?
you so much. You're too sweet.
Yeah, I knew you were going to lay down, so I didn't even answer you because I didn't want to ring you dingy you back. So,
Yeah, I
well,
thought I'd take a little nap beforehand.
yeah, I did one of those earlier too today. How are you feeling though?
I have a headache and I'm still tired, but I'm not throwing up anymore. I know that sounds gross, guys, but my stomach has just been horrible for a while now. My mom had it the week before, and then I got it. So
Some kind of virus, stomach virus, it sounds like.
it has to be
Maybe.
something. Not much fun at all. I'm going to bring up the show on the other computer so I can see the chat and stuff.
Everybody's talking to you on there. Let me go
Well,
ahead and go ahead.
okay. Well, I was going to talk to you a little bit about Chattanooga events, but no, you go say hi to people while I do this.
Well, just to kill some time while Susie's gone, and I don't usually do it because I'm so slow. So, okay, there's Huawei. Uh, Throwing the links before we even started. There's Patty, Surf City Cichlids,
Patty,
welcome.
perfect.
Punchy Paints. Let's see, Paul McCarthy. Pam says she might be late. She's got an important call. Uh, let's see, jumped on me. Lady Diane, Dennis Christensen, Dragon
Well
Lair.
then,
We got some cool crack trash cat. Wow, some really cool people in here.
and did you say Paul? Because Paul's here too.
Yes, did say Paul
Awesome.
McCarthy, Melvin. Um, it may be everybody. I think I'm at the bottom. I am. So awesome. Well, welcome everybody. And sorry, I've got a snake that wanted to be out. Nothing would do but for her to, when I sit down here, she's such a pet. She wants me to hold her, and I usually do. So she wanted out during this stream too. So she just likes me to hold her because I'm fat and warm. So she likes the warmth.
Now, when there's the snake around your neck, will the bird fly over, or does the bird stay far away when the snakes are out?
If he sees a snake, I don't let him land on me, typically because I never know what the snake might do. But if he sees the snake, he stays, out of reach. He's in the bathroom looking at him sprimping in the mirror. He loves
Ah,
to do that. Him and Ladybug have a thing. They live on my vanity probably 70% of their lives, but that's what they want. So go ahead and talk about what you were going to talk about. You said something about events or something.
well, we've got a Chattanooga fish swap on
Yeah.
August 8th or 19th, and I haven't talked to anybody or anything for a while now, so this is the first time I've got to talk about this to anybody. But I was gonna see if you wanted to go, and then I don't know if we want to call like Tiffany and see if she wants to set up a booth and stuff. Right now, kitty cat. I don't want to set up or I don't want to sell anything right now. But if we had a booth or a table, maybe I would try to do something. I don't know. But the tables are only $10, so
Yeah, that would be fun. I just enjoy the couple others that I've been to, and I've just enjoyed the camaraderie, and I enjoyed that part
Oh,
of it more than anything.
I like
So
going out to eat afterwards more than anything.
I
That's
know,
always
right?
fun.
Right?
Have when we go out to eat, and then last time, remember I had really bad stomach acid in my stomach that day. We went to it's weird. Normally I'm not a sickly human, but there's something going on, and I do have terrible sinuses, and I live in Chattanooga, which is like the pollen capital of the world, and mold because it's like a rainforest too. But I remember we went to that Champy's Chicken with everyone, and all I could eat was macaroni and cheese because my
Yeah,
stomach was so upset.
I remember that. And
Yeah,
what's her name? Sat with me from Alabama, Darlene.
Darlene.
Darlene, yeah, and her husband. He was there, but we let him sit with us. So
Yep. And Susan was Susan there?
I think so. We had a like,
Sean Peck.
yeah, yeah. Sean was there. He's
Uh,
always there.
T and Aqua, he just came down, but he didn't eat with us. He went back because he came down with some buddies, I think.
Yeah. And
Um,
was James there?
I
Fisher and
don't remember
Tubers?
if James made it to that one or not.
He might not. Hey, Vanoski.
If we're missing someone, we apologize. But
I miss
it was a
seeing
lot of
his
fun.
face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were
He's
hungry. We were hungry, so we had to eat. So
Is that a
is he?
snake, Bob?
rebuilding.
Oh yeah, you can see that way down there. Whoops, I didn't
Yeah,
think
we
you
can
could
see the
that
top
far.
of him on your arm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's my big pet that I've been trying to
Oh.
get her to get pregnant, and so I think she may be because she's coming off her food. And I've been talking to several people that really are experts in breeding ball pythons. When I get a chance, like on a live stream with
She's
them.
quite large.
She is, but she's not nearly as big as the last female ball python I got, which I'm also wanting to get pregnant. And I'm also buying a new snake from Utah that should be coming next week. He's just been so busy.
Oh my goodness.
He
Another
couldn't send me.
You're going to have a table just to sell your snakes.
No, but getting back to that, she's a big pet though. Her thing is right beside me, so when I sit down, she starts saying, "Take me out, take me out." And it's just because I'm a big old fat man, and they like that, the heat. So no, I
Well, then
remember.
John would love. They would love John.
Yeah, I remember
Big
because
old fat man.
I would always argue to sleep with Granny when we stayed over at the farm because they just had like coal burning stoves, and it got cold at night, and I would sleep against her back to back, and I was toasty, but she was a big chunky woman, so it's the same thing. I remember that. I'm sure it feels great to her. Anyway, back to the table thing. I've still got all these Jack Dempseys that I would like to pass on, some of them to move on. And when I was setting this pond up, which I haven't done anything on in months and months for the pocket, they were going to go in there, a school of them. But
Oh, that would have been neat.
I've got to break that tank, and I'm slowly breaking down my proper kitchen tank so that I can have that floor redone in there. So some of the fish I'm just moving to other tanks, other rooms, but those are some I could really let go. I mean, 75 Jack Dempseys, come on. So
Yeah, that's a lot. That's funny.
yeah, but
Well,
we need to let Ginger know and see.
oh yeah. Oh, Ginger may have been there too, and Tiffany.
They were.
They were there eating with us.
Yeah.
Well, there's also maybe a hint of a possible bigger event here too. I saw it on Facebook. Kenny Parrott from Aquatic Marine in Knoxville.
Yeah.
He took a photo of his van in the Chattanooga Convention Center and said, "Big things are coming," or something like that. Or he says, "Look at my van, how small it looks in this convention center in Chattanooga. Big things are coming." So I'm wondering if that's a hint that maybe Aquaticon will be in Chattanooga next year.
Yeah. That would be.
Oh, that would be awesome for you guys.
Yeah, I ended up not going this past year. It was the first one. But Robert, I remember Tennessee Aqua went around. Several people did. Rack doing live videos and stuff. And I bought some of Sean's wife's art. So I threw Robert and he sent it to me. So I'm going to the next one for sure.
Yeah, it was held like 4 weeks after my heart surgery, open heart surgery.
Yeah.
So I was really gimpy, and I could basically just sit there. So I didn't get to enjoy really anything. But I sold about 50 T-shirts and all my hats, so I did really good there. But
Awesome.
Carrie, the science gal,
Yep.
and Jesse was so good to me because because I was so gimpy, I only brought like 20 shirts in.
Yep.
He kept running out to my truck and getting more shirts, and
Aw.
at the end of the day, he drove the truck up to the building
I tell you
and let
what,
me get into my truck to leave.
that couple are really, really a class act. Nothing
Yeah,
but
they are.
camaraderie and friendship
Yeah.
and positive and yeah. And I love, love, love their podcasts. I don't know why they're not more popular than they are. They're catching on, but those things are
But once
amazing.
they catch on, they're gonna be like, phew.
Yeah. They're
Well,
it's not like their live stream. Their live streams are fine, but their podcasts, they are in their element. And it is
yeah.
yeah, and you don't have to look at anything, and so you can do anything and hear it. And I love them. I'm their biggest fan on their podcast.
Well, Carrie said that they're in the top 10% of listened podcasts
I can
in
believe
America.
that. I can
But
believe that easily.
I think there's just a lot of podcasts out there too. So, but that's pretty cool that they're above all those people that aren't being listened to, and they're
Yeah.
really, I really enjoy it quite a bit myself.
Yeah, it's something I haven't done a whole lot of, and I just subscribed actually a week ago to one called Wondery, Wondery, because it's who's the guy, Sean, and the two guys that were on Will and Grace. Sometimes it's fun to go back and watch those old shows because I didn't get to watch those. So they host a podcast, and there's no visual. It's just their take on it because they were like two of the main characters, and it's really been good. I've been really pleased with it. There's a lot of other stuff on there too, but that's one of them.
Well, that's what I always wanted to do, is actually a podcast instead of YouTube. And, the YouTube is just such a great carriage for this type of talk. So it worked out.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, basically what we're doing is very similar to a podcast. If you weren't watching,
It
you'd
is.
think we're all in the same room, hanging out, just chilling.
Yep. And Pam, you wouldn't have to hide your nudity by just having your icon up there.
Yep, that's right. That's right.
Oh.
How are you, Pam? You came in a minute ago. Now Ed's going to get naked. See what I started?
I know.
How are you,
I
Pam?
decided not to.
Oh, change your mind. Pam's hard to compete with, I'll tell you.
Oh.
Are you okay, Pam?
Yeah, I'm doing okay.
Good.
I'm doing okay. Just the usual problems, my feet look like sausages with little toes sticking out, but other than that.
No.
Oh, and I've got to get over to the mailbox. I'm gonna try in the morning. But it's hard to get my shoes on, and the mailbox is far enough away to where I've got to have shoes on before I can walk over there.
Get some big oversized flip-flops.
And I need to get to the post office. But I had to spend the money on the rent, and then I've got part of it back, but I want to try to, hopefully I'll sell something little tonight so that I can get to the post office tomorrow.
I hope so. Yeah, you've got an auction tonight, don't you?
Yeah, I don't have a lot for it, but I've got that fish and
You guys see what she's doing?
Is she watching you?
She's got herself. Yeah. Oh yeah.
she's thinking about the best place to bite him.
Probably.
She's looking
She's never bit me.
at its nostrils and his mouth.
See, I'm hugging her down below. She's actually cold to the touch. She's warming up, of course, now with all this on her, but she's right there. She's 4 or 5 inches from my mouth. I mean, she's right there. It is what it looks like. But she usually does that. She watches me.
She'd probably be closer if you didn't eat so many bologna and onion sandwiches.
Right. If I brushed my teeth today or this week.
That was my brother's favorite sandwich. Bologna and onion.
I know.
Oh my gosh. I can't imagine. I thought I just made that up.
No, that was his
I was like,
favorite.
what would be
And he liked the
horrific? And I
onion
said
just as
bologna.
thick as his bologna.
Oh yeah, I love
Oh.
sweet
He would eat
onion.
an onion just like it was an apple.
Oh, I've known people like that. I had a friend that her favorite sandwich was peanut butter and banana.
Oh,
And
I love
just
that.
it just sounds so gross to me. I just can't imagine.
It's gross. My
Sprinkle
dad
real
ate
sugar,
peanut butter and mayonnaise.
sprinkle
Ugh,
real sugar
that-
on there. Oh God, we used to do
My
that.
mom,
when we were
my
kids.
mom, when she would make sandwiches for us, she always put butter on the sandwiches, like butter and bologna. And it's like the bologna's already nothing but fat. Why do
Butter
you want
makes everything
butter
better.
on
Sorry.
Oh, oh,
Patty's getting into Ed's tattoos. Look at Ed with his tattoos. He's so
Yeah.
badass.
and she would get this bologna because it was my dad's favorite. It had like pickles and olives and stuff in it. It was so gross. I called it pickled puke, and then she'd slap butter on the bread. And,
Oh, pickle pimento loaf or pickle
oh,
pimento
oh,
loaf.
that was so nasty.
Yep.
So
My
nasty.
mother,
So
my
nasty, you
mother liked
guys.
that. Yeah, all four of us kids hated that, and my mother
Oh
loved
my
it.
God, Dragon Lair. I eat peanut butter, banana, and grape jelly all on the same piece of bread. That is so disgusting.
Sounds good to me.
Oh my God.
All fruit. I think I would try it.
That's
I
a
would,
healthy
I
sandwich.
would try anything. Yeah.
Oh, gross.
But-
I could see peanut butter and grape jelly, yes. The banana, no. No,
Oh.
It wasn't that Elvis Presley's favorite thing was peanut butter and bananas.
it
I
might have
think I've
been.
heard that. Yeah,
It's that's why he died so young, you know.
it's not.
I thought it was a crack cocaine.
Yeah, I thought it was the drugs and food.
It was. I've just been watching a thing about him, Pam. Wrong. That one's wrong. We have to mark
It's
that
the
one.
Now,
banana.
you guys probably have no idea who I'm talking about, but I'm going to say it anyways since we're talking about stuff like that. Scott Carpenter died last night.
From the
Oh.
Carpenters?
No, he
Yeah,
was
Carpenter's
from.
brother?
He was a
Astronaut?
big. No, he was a big. This Scott Carpenter is still a very big name in the Bigfoot research world.
Oh.
And he has taken some absolutely fabulous photos. He's taken a lot of scientists out who've actually witnessed them. I mean, for the first time, he's taken them out in the field to find them. And
I had to
yeah,
put a restraining order on that guy.
he is the person that you might have heard about. He was actually, and I don't think they ever made it to court with it yet. Now they won't.
Wow.
He passed away, but he was suing the Fish and Game Department to get them to admit that they are real. So there you go.
I'm with you,
And
Patty.
Elvis is still alive. Anyway, he passed away last night. And probably 99.9% of the people in here have absolutely
So
no
do you
idea who I'm talking about. But
Yeah, Bob
But-
Steve bought
Do you
mine.
think-
He's a Bigfoot follower.
Do you think it was the government that knocked him off
no,
Well,
because
they-
he's doing a lawsuit?
from what I saw, he had a brain aneurysm. He was 59, and he just like
Well, that's
dropped dead from
not
a
old.
brain aneurysm.
That's young compared to you.
Yeah.
Pam.
Yeah, maybe from a government bullet.
I don't know because he was raising a lot of. He was very like I said, he took a lot of biologists, a lot of famous biologists out who had never seen a Bigfoot before, and he took them out and they witnessed it. So there
Yeah.
you go.
He has to go. That's got to stay.
And
in
he got some which they don't like to admit, but he got some really. I've seen some of his photographs were really good and sharp and clear, and absolutely no doubt about him at all.
She's tired of staring at me
Dragon
now.
Lair knew who he was.
Yeah.
Yay, he's probably the only one in here that actually knew who he was. Anyway,
Ryan,
yeah, he passed away last night. I'm a little bit sad about it because, for one thing, I was kind of quite curious to see what would happen with the court case.
right? Ryan Mayling's
Larry D
asking-
knew.
Ryan Mayling's asking, and I'm turfing this one to you, Ed, if fish room fever is still around. I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah, you just mentioned
see
him
what
a few
happened
minutes
is
ago, too.
he used to live in the city limits of Knoxville,
Right.
but he was able to kind of
Ed, are you
inherit
talking?
some land. Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Ed's not blinking.
Oh, okay. I'm not blinking.
Blink if you're okay, Ed.
I'm not moving.
Maybe it's me.
He's okay on
Hello?
this end.
There you go.
She's just messing with me.
She is. She's wanting you to do
Well, okay.
this.
Okay, well, so he inherited some land,
Hey, Larry.
and he's right now he's just setting it up and everything, and he's had a hard time getting the internet out there, and he paid a whole bunch to get that that satellite internet.
Yeah.
And then the house that he thought he was purchasing didn't quite come through, so they had to move it all, and I don't know what's going on with that. So he's kind of in limbo until everything comes back to normal. Gosh, I keep burping. Everything gets back to normal.
So he's just
That's
not
pretty
able
cool,
to.
inheriting a piece of land. That's a pretty nice
That is
thing to have. Yeah. That'd be cool.
The only thing I've ever inherited, and it wasn't from a relative, was this parrot. That's super cool. Floyd. Okay.
Look at that snake on your face.
Yeah. She's
I love
squeezing
you
my
to do
neck.
the Bob.
As long as my glasses don't fall off, I'm fine. She's squeezing. It feels so good on my neck. She's doing like rhythmic. Oh, there go the glasses.
She's trying to choke you.
I got
know,
a snake
right?
on my face, but don't call me a snake face.
Right. I hope she gets her fix, because
I hope you don't end up looking blue and not talking here in a minute. Yeah.
I would never keep a snake that big that could do that. There was a live stream last night on TikTok. Guys, I'm on TikTok a whole lot now. Despite some of the controversy, there's some awesome reptile and fish stuff on there. Some are people we know, and there's a whole lot of people we don't know. So it's a whole nother exposure, you know. And that's how I found out about this other snake I'm getting coming from Utah. Yeah. If I can get the guy to ever send me a shipping price, the snake's $300, and she's well worth it. Well worth it.
What kind of snake?
She's a ball python. I want to breed her with my male that has all of these genes that I'm breeding her to, and the other bigger one over there. I'm trying to get all those genes out of him. I paid a lot for him. But anyway, they are breeding that she's just not developing follicles in there yet. You know, not.
Oh my gosh! You know who we should get on Reptails?
Who?
Alice Cooper. He's always had a snake in his concerts. He's always had that great big snake wrapped around him.
One of my favorite.
I'd say he's a little busy for.
He might be, yeah.
For us, he's really involved in a lot of stuff. I saw a thing too. I spent too much time online, evidently, about his daughter's wedding, and he was there, and what a nice wedding he threw for her. He didn't look like Alice Cooper, except he had long hair.
Oh my God, he looks old. I went to see him in concert like
He is
probably 6 or 7 years ago, and he was ancient then, and it's so funny for me to have him stand up on stage and sing, you know, I'm 18 and I don't know what I want, and he's like this, yeah, he's like really
81.
old.
He got his 18 reversed.
She's got my glasses. I know it was totally accidental, but she won't let me have them, or the way she's sitting, I can't get them. And she's got her face right there by them. The odds of her ending up like that. I know it wasn't on purpose, but.
But I thought of that when you were talking about snakes being big enough to choke you, that, you know, he's always done his concert with a great big snake wrapped around him.
Yeah. Now she laid her head on my hand because I put my hand there. She won't let me have them though.
But be careful, the clip might pinch her, right?
Yeah.
I think she's got them now.
She can hold them there.
Daddy, getting old isn't all it's cracked up to be, believe me.
You guys may have to help me with the chat.
It's like I am so tired of being old. I think I've outlived my usefulness.
Pam, you haven't. There's one more thing you need to do, and let me know where all of your stash is, all of the art that hasn't been sold. So you've still got that to do. Don't forget.
I like what Patty says.
What'd she
doesn't
say?
think that it should not be shaming people for getting old. It should be congratulated and celebrated if you can still kick it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Roller skating, biatch. I'm a boomer on skates.
Yeah. I admire you for doing that, Susie. I saw the one about the ramp, and I'm like,
Oh my
I
God. Did you
wouldn't
see
do
me on my
that.
hands and knees backing down like because I just couldn't?
Well, you got to be careful, you know.
Yeah, I did. And I was scared and I trust my gut. But I am fine scooting around for now. And sooner or later, I'll get up and come down. But I'm having fun.
I would be interested to see if I could still go around the rink without falling or being jerky, or
Yeah.
probably not, but I just can't risk a hip or something. I
Yeah.
just don't
They
feel
say
like
it's nothing like a bicycle. Like you never forget how to ride a bike, but skating is different. When we were young, I don't remember ever bending my knees and staying in a perpetual state of a squat while skating ever. But that's how you skate. That's how you stay upright. Is you're in a constant squat. I thought my knees were locked because I was young and dumb, you know.
I don't remember that either.
Yeah, but
I
that's
don't remember. I don't remember that either, except when used to go to Oaks Park, which had a huge skating rink, and they had one section of it where the floor was like waves, like up and down and up and down.
Oh, I want to do that. I want to do
that. That was so much fun. I still remember that. And that was when I was a kid. I still remember how much fun that was. But you had to bend your knees to do that.
Right. And they say to always have soft knees. And if you think you're going to fall, get in a squat position. It's probably going to save you and you won't fall. And so it's a lot of squatting. And after about a week, I couldn't even sit down. I'm like, oh my God, what am I doing? But it's moving. I'm moving my body every day now. So that's good.
that's great. That's great exercise. You know, that's great exercise. You're using those long muscles. That's, you know, and that's the antidepressive stuff it releases, norepinephrine, if you do the long muscles.
I'll take it.
Yeah. The best I could ever do.
It has helped me with balance because I could never put on shorts for the last 10 years just standing up. Like I had to sit down, lean against something, and now I can pick one foot all the way up. And like for me, that's huge. It's like, what?
I have to do that too when I'm, you know, putting on things in the bathroom after my shower. I have to lean against the wall or something.
Lean against or sit down. Yeah. But now, since I've been skating, I've been really working on my balance. And I told John, I'm like, look how great this is. And he goes, what? You put on your pants. I said, you try. He couldn't do it. He couldn't do it.
I've always said something. I think it was some insult to Patty.
Just kidding.
Yeah.
Don't mess with Patty.
No.
She's fierce.
He'll learn.
I know my audience. That's right.
He'll learn. You started to say something, Ed, when I asked Pam how she was, and I just remembered that. I cut you off, and I'm sure you don't remember what it was now. I don't remember what we were talking about. I'm sorry. I meant to go right back and say, oops, I cut you off, Ed, but then Pam wouldn't stop talking. I mean, I forgot.
Well,
Seriously?
I have an event coming up soon I'm pretty excited about.
What's that?
No way.
August 12th, which is next week, I think. Going to Super Cichlids, and my aquarium, Bucks County Aquarium Society is going, and another aquarium society is going. I heard Father Fish was going, and Monica Lynn is coming, and it's going to be like one big fishy party. I'm so excited. And I have
it's going to be like us on the 18th.
It's what?
That's like us on the 18th.
Yeah, that's why I'm so excited. Like it's happening here on the East Coast. It's in Dover, Delaware. It's about a 2-hour drive for me. And then another hour drive to go to Monica's. So then when I get at Monica's house, I'm just going to chillax and check out somebody else's fish room for once. This is going to be nice.
Do a video. do some videos because she never does videos.
I know, and she's got beautiful tanks, man.
That's
Beautiful
what I keep hearing. I know when I get plants from her, they're amazing.
Yeah, crystal clear. They smell like fresh lettuce. Yeah, her Vallisneria is really good.
Yeah, and she's been doing a whole lot of stuff. We chat back and forth a little bit, and she's been doing a lot. She just gave me an update this week. I was apologizing to her for not sending her floating plants that I've owed her for a month or more.
What kind of floating plants grow on a tank well?
Do what?
What kind of floating plants do well in aquariums? I know which ones do well outside.
Good. You'd ask me that one. I can't even remember my name.
Water Sprite is amazing.
Yeah.
I love doing water Sprite. Some of the floating plants that I have in my fish room, I've got Kubamba in there, but that normally attaches to the ground eventually. Right. And I found if you have your Kubamba in there, if you just float it, it'll eventually grow to the ground and put the roots in. But if you stick the ends into the ground, they die off.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So I find that's a lot better plant just to float and let it figure out its own life out.
I thought Water Sprite was a stem plant, no? It's been a long time since I had it.
Water Sprite, well, it might be. I'll grab one real quick. Because I've got probably like 2,000 of them floating in one tank.
Oh, I don't need any of that, Ed. Don't send any over my way. I've seen it both ways because we used to actually collect it and talk about stupid sandwiches at my grandmother's. There was a cave we weren't supposed to go to, and we did, and it was perfectly clean, clear water that came out of this cave, I suppose. But we would pick it and take it home or take it back and have her, because we heard about watercress sandwiches, and she would let us eat it.
Wow.
But it was on the surface what we got. Now it may have been rooted and came over, but she might let me have my glasses. Oh, she gave them back.
Yay! There you go.
Okay. Once they get concentrated, they start getting bigger.
Oh, that's not what I think of Water Sprite.
No, me either.
Me either.
And what'll happen is once they get, they shoot little runners off.
Right.
Yeah.
But they just float right at the top. And what'll happen is these things, once they get packed, then they start growing straight down and they get giant root systems and get huge. And they'll get long stems and everything. But right now, since it's in a 110-gallon tub, it just has tons of space to spread out across the top.
Oh, wow.
It's kind of like water hyacinth. If you want water hyacinth to bloom, you got to get a whole bunch of it because it spends all of its time growing this way. But once it stops growing this way, it starts doing flowers.
No wonder. I have a small 75-gallon tub with water hyacinths that are starting to bloom, and that's why. Now, do you think those leaves are big and fat because they're above water towards the light?
Oh, they're right below the water.
Oh.
Mysteria is a little smaller.
Water Sprite is like real thin and feathery.
Patty, I don't know. I'm hoping Patrick will tell us.
Do you want me to grab a big one?
Yeah. Do that.
Patty, he said it's Water Sprite.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me grab a little baby one.
On my computer. That's what I thought, Lady Diane, but I don't know. It would usually grow up quicker than that and bush out. I don't know what he's got there.
It's pretty. It's nice. Whatever it is.
It is. I've got a bunch of wisteria, but and it floats, but it also is a good one to anchor and let it bush out. But yeah, I think of watercress as like it's got little bitty leaves on it, and it has stems that are real gentle, and easy to eat. Gentle, soft. I mean, I have 3 tubs full of Amazon frog dip floating. That's not perfect, though.
There's the leaves that you're used to seeing that are always underwater, 100%. See how they're real more lacy?
Yeah. Yeah.
Then when you get to the top, they get bigger.
That's not wisteria, but Water Sprite. That's Water Sprite.
Water Sprite.
Yeah.
But see how little the little leaves get at the bottom, but then they're pretty good at the top.
Do you agree, Patrick? Is that water Sprite? I see though why you said it was what you call it. I can't remember now.
I'm going to throw this back in so it doesn't drip all over.
Ed, oh, he's not Ed. I need a Tennessee Fish Mafia.
Or your shirt.
I like the Wisteria too. I have a Tennessee Fish Mafia, Sam, but I would charge you 4 times for it. Ed,
Okay.
my wife says that he needs a Tennessee Fish Mafia for your shirt. I will pay you double.
I just ordered. No, I didn't. I went to order 100 more on Friday, but the lady was on vacation, so I have to go back on Monday to order 100 more.
Can you get
And
them
then I'm
in
going to set up an Etsy.
any other colors?
Oh. Well, I just get the black. I don't know.
I know.
Was there a color he wanted?
There's a color I want,
What color do you want?
like a dark blue or a cool like a deep orange, like a rusty orange or something like that.
I'll see if she'll probably do a custom one for me. Just call me later and I'll write it down. What size and what color.
Yeah, I'll just message you. I won't call you. I don't want to.
So I made some stickers, and 50 of the Tennessee Fish Mafia came out dark brown with white lettering. I'm still bringing them to the Clash, but I'm like, it's almost like black, so I did more and they came out nice and black. But I like what you said, Bob. Like, if you have different color shirt, it's still just a white font, right?
Yeah.
So these are like dark brown stickers.
Yeah.
Is that all right to give out? They're not black.
But that's Ed's.
Oh.
He's the one that's in charge of all that.
Ed, is that
That's
all right
fine.
to give out the dark
Nico.
brown ones?
Yeah, that's fine. I don't mind whatsoever.
I think Ed wants all the promotion he can get for the Tennessee Fish Mafia. So I always use it, in the logo and stuff, because he told me, yes, that's fine.
Now,
we
Ed,
never-
are you going to the Clash?
What's that?
Are you going to the Clash?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, then you'll see the stickers. Yay! I made the
Awesome.
Tennessee Fish Mafia, the Reptails, and Q Aquatics. This one with the little guy up there.
Awesome.
So we got some
I
stickers
can't wait.
to give away. I think we're going to have a table of stickers this year, right?
No idea. They haven't asked me for a background, so I don't know.
Ah. And who would they be? Because we don't know who's in charge this year.
Well, I think it's just Scotty is in charge of everything, isn't he?
Yeah, no, he's not. He's in charge of the Clash, but not the YouTubers going.
Oh, I don't know if there's anybody in charge of that.
There was last year. And
Was
then
it
there
Skipper?
was somebody in charge of, might be Skipper, you're right. And where's he at? A carnival tonight? A fairground or something?
I don't know.
Go ahead, Ed.
I've been really not doing anything this week but laying around.
Good, getting better, right?
Yeah.
He commented in our private chat, when I sent the link out to all of us for this stream, that something about his truck gave him trouble. He had to go to because he didn't stream either tonight, did he?
No.
Okay.
Patty said he's stifter.
Poor Patty.
Patty with the double entendres there. Dragon Man wants to know if that lady's spelling Tennessee correctly, Ed.
That was Priscilla.
Oh, okay.
Priscilla was really sweet, and the sign they couldn't make like this big of a sign with the sticker I gave them, and so she fixed the pixels, but she added an E to Tennessee.
Easy.
But she's not, English isn't her native tongue, so.
Right. Oh, yeah. But not a lot of people know how to spell Tennessee right off either, I'm sure.
Well, I didn't notice it right off the. I was so excited to get it. I just
didn't
grabbed
know
it
either.
and ran. And then I went back and said, "Hey, you guys misspelled this." And then she opened up the thing and said, "Nope, this is what you sent us." And it's like,
You-
okay, if you look at the sticker I gave you, it wasn't on there,
right.
and the person that sent it wasn't actually me, but I did give permission to that person to send it. So I never opened Priscilla.
Okay, right.
You know, I went
And
back and revisited that, and I remembered all that because they have a new like person out front now. I had to get a new art sign because ours blew away a couple of months ago in the storm, and I walked and walked, I couldn't find it. But so I revisited that with them, and it went. I thought it was going to go where that I was going to get another one for you for us free, you know. But then she said no.
or
She
one you could
said
have.
this. Yeah, she said the same thing, and I thought, well, just keep that one then.
See, that's just cheap and stupid. It would be much better business for her to fix a mistake.
Well, that's what I thought, especially since I was buying another sign from her, the same size as the one you were holding, you know, or bigger. But they didn't see it that
Yeah.
way.
I'd be like, I'm not giving you my business anymore.
Well, I was going to do some brochures, but that kind of made me back off, and we decided not to use brochures, just to use business cards. So it
Well,
did.
the shirt company that I use, they're just right down the street from me, you know, so it's like literally just down the hill. But they also own the store next door to Rob, next to Aquatic Aesthetics.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
What do they do at that store?
And
Same
it's
thing?
the same. It's just a different city or town. But like they made this one for Rob, and I think they charged only like $10 because it's like this corrugated plastic.
Yeah.
But that I think, and it's even two-sided, you know. So I think if I ever get like a banner or something, I'm just going to go to them and have them make my
Oh,
banner.
yeah. Yeah. I have that.
Even though Mule Hub does it so cheap.
I have Rob's sign on the back of my truck. It's on the trailer hitch thing. It's a big oval, and it fits on there perfectly. It just
Well,
covers
it's
that
perfect.
oval. Yeah, it looks good on there too.
What is it made of? Is it vinyl?
The sticker, or
We don't
that
know if
sign?
his is.
The sticker.
I don't know, but it's been on there probably 2 years. I don't know how long he's had them, and you can't. It looks like I just stuck it on there.
That's what I made the new stickers out of, the vinyl. Because
Well, do you have any of?
time.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Do you have any of the Chattanooga, or not the Fish Mafia ones that I've made? They're black and white.
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, I had them at the Clash, but you were just stuck in that room the
No,
whole
it's
time.
stuck in the hospitality room. And guess what? They're not doing that this year. They're doing it for a couple hours at night.
Yeah.
Only. Apparently we overdid it, but I thought we did fine. But
How can you overdo it when you guys had already bought all the stuff?
I know. And I
It wasn't
think the
like
only
you were
thing that
going out
was
and picking up
overdone was
$500 more.
I think the alcohol. I don't think we overdid hot dogs. I think the alcohol was overdone.
But still, it wasn't like they were going out and buying more, were they?
We went out and got more hot dogs halfway through. Yeah.
Yeah, but alcohol, I mean.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't pay attention to the alcohol. My job was to make sure everybody was fed. And apparently the hospitality room is only supposed to be for like snacks for people that work there. Well, I was out there to feed everybody. I was like, you didn't bring any money for food? Come in here and get some hot dogs.
Well, I didn't eat I think I had maybe 4 or 5 hot dogs the whole time, but they were perfect for me not to have to eat dinners.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
So I had like one at like every 4 or 5 hours. I'd go and have one hot dog to recharge.
Now you see what Patty's doing. Patty's creating her own hospitality room. Will be open for 5 hours, but her personal bar and smoke shop will be open, so we don't need them. So we got to bring some cold cuts and some cheeses and charcuterie stuff, and we'll have our own hospitality room for us.
I hope she does the music too, because she's an amazing singer.
Is she? Or you think that? Is she?
What? Well, She's a hip hop singer.
Ah, karaoke time.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's worth the trip alone, Lady Diane. I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
One thing I was going to ask you if we didn't have anything to talk about, which we haven't, but if you would be in a position, I know you're beat down and tired and trying to stay awake, so that's the best time to hit somebody. And Susie's like, I hope he's not talking to me.
I was like, I'm looking at Ed like he's talking to Ed, right? He's talking to Ed, right?
No, no. You talked about your lipstick gobies, but you didn't get to show them last stream. Is it
They're
possible?
hiding. I feel so bad.
Oh,
There's 4
okay.
lipstick gobies in here. And she said they would be hanging out on the rock and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And it's a very seasoned tank. And I even put some baby brine shrimp in here. And I
Okay.
didn't see them all rush out or any. I'm like, where are they?
She got some beautiful discus, Ed. I don't know if you saw any of
Oh
her
my
stream
God.
just now, but she's got some big discus, but she got the gobies at the same place.
Oh, good.
They're huge.
Yeah.
Well, I asked.
I'm hoping they get acclimated and then start coming out a little bit.
Sure, yeah.
Because I see them in there, but they just go from like under the rock to under the leaf. They don't sit on top of the rock like she said, or she said they just hung out on top of the leaf. I'm like, well, mine are all hiding, so
They'll get used to what's going on in there and stuff.
I hope so. Maybe because it's at my feet and my feet keep moving.
You know what was so cute? I had made those axolotl caves for
Oh,
Foxy's fish. And because I've never used colored clay before it, I wanted to make sure that was tested.
Right.
So I kept it in my tank for 2 months with my pygmy corridoras, and my pygmies loved sitting on top of there like a goby. They would always be on
Oh my
top of that
gosh, that's
white
so cool.
head. So cute.
Maybe they like the red.
Well, it had like 2 green ear things or gills, but the head's just all white.
Okay.
And they just sit on top of that white head.
I don't think I saw it. Do you still have a version of it?
I mailed them all off to her. I've got one for Patty upstairs. And then I've got to make 4 more. I got to order from LRB to make him 4.
So what is it you're making them out of that make them aquarium
I'm
safe?
making them. Well, Sculpty.
I know Sculpting and female, yeah.
That's what I'm using.
Okay,
And then what I did was I mixed pink
okay.
myself. So what I did was I took one red and then I mushed it in with a whole lot of white.
You know what I mushed mine together with? A pasta maker. I put the pink in right, and then I roll it through, and it blends up right. Now, do you put anything on top of it after you bake it, like some kind of sealant? Really?
Nope. I bought that one type of sealant they told me to, but it like turns kind of a whitish hue, and I was like, well, that's just stupid, because if the clay isn't if it doesn't mess up, the clay's not messing up, then I'm just going to leave it alone.
Right.
And just let it, be the clay.
Because that's what I make most of my miniatures out of, are the female, the Sculpey, the female. And they have amazing colors now. So I can put together all this thing and bake it, but I was so afraid it was going to leach out into the water.
Well, I've had one person tell me they used black and it leached.
Oh.
So I think that your colors might possibly leach versus, white. Because the white is just PVC dust.
Right.
They take PVC pipes and cut it, and they have the leftovers they make into this stuff. Well, then they add the color to the mix.
Okay.
And I'm afraid that's why for the longest time I never used any colors. And that's why I've just started using this pink, because I did a test for 2 months to make sure it wouldn't leach or do anything bad. Because, axolotls are more sensitive than anything. But, what?
I said, you think so?
Well, I'm guessing. I don't know.
Yep.
But They just seem
I never put
sensitive,
them
but
to
maybe
the
just because of their coldness.
Yeah. I never put them
Yeah,
to the
their cold
test.
factor.
Susie,
No, you don't do it either.
when you get up, Susie, now, Pam's stream's going where Ed is doing all these projects, so you could have seen him doing that. So
Oh
when you're
yeah, you
up
stop by sometime.
about 2 in the morning, when you're getting up, that's when I see you getting
And she
up. It's like
laughs.
3 or 4 in the morning.
About 4 o'clock in the morning. Yeah.
4 o'clock. Okay, well that's when I'm going to bed, so I see you
I
get
know.
up.
That's so funny.
If the clay is fully baked, it won't leach in water. My black and brown pleco caves have been in the tank for over a year and no leaching.
Ah, maybe I should make my.
Good deal.
Oh, that's a good
I
idea.
I over bake it all.
Yeah.
You know, if it says 15 minutes for every quarter inch, I do like 20 or 20 minutes. And if it starts to turn light brown, I know it's overbaked,
Yeah.
and then I'm happy.
And it sinks?
Oh yeah, like a rock.
Nice. Because I've only made like people, flowers, like tiny. I'd have to make bigger, obviously, for aquarium. And I always thought, I wish I could turn some of these into decorations for my aquarium. But I was always too afraid to.
Yeah. So that's awesome.
Into the
Well,
sun.
and I appreciate Podrick saying that about black and brown because there's something I've been wanting to make, and I've been deciding if I want to paint it or make it with the black and brown. I've got gray also. I've made a Stonehenge. I've made all the pieces to a Stonehenge, and I wanted to do a Stonehenge tank and just do like a little grass cover, you know, but I've got to probably do CO2 for a good ground cover plant.
Yeah.
But I do have a CO2 machine now, so maybe I could try it.
Ooh, what size CO2 machine you have?
Well, I got a really neat one from Sean Peck. He bought it and he was going to make a video on it and then just never did. So he sold it to me for half price.
Oh, cool.
But Rob at Aquatic Aesthetics, somebody gave him one and you can get them on Amazon. They cost about $130 and you put, citrus acid and baking soda in it. And it makes its own. You want me to run and grab that real quick? Do we have time?
Sure. Yeah,
I'm
was showing me
just gonna
that
bring
one.
just the container.
Rob was showing me that one. Rob is, here on our panel sometimes, and so he's Ed and I, local fish guy. He's not local, but he's like 45 minutes for me, and I think an hour for Ed. So
that's pretty local.
Yeah. Well, and he's got an awesome shop too. So, but yeah, he was showing me that what I had to, when Ed started telling me what to put in it, then it rang a bell with me. So, but I don't have any use for it. So, hey, Craig's used pond sealer. Dries clear.
Pond sealer. How come I don't know of this pond sealer? I'll look it up.
If that diesel catches up with us, Patty. Oh, they're talking about.
Oh, that's a big one.
Yeah, it's called the CO2 generator. And you just pour the stuff in the top, you screw it down. It comes with all the stuff. Right. I just didn't want to bring the whole box in. But I mean, that's a pretty awesome deal. And it gives the instructions how to do it right on the thing.
Yeah, that's just like his.
Mm-hmm. And I've wanted one. I just didn't want to spend over $100 on it.
Right.
And Sean was selling this one for $50. So I bought it.
That's cool.
Then I thought, might as well make a video off it.
Our Bucks County Aquarium Society just had a speaker come in Thursday, and he did it all on CO2. All on the canisters, the CO2. So my question to him was, okay, you get all these luscious plants growing, and let's say you don't fill the canister again. Will the plants die? And he said probably. I was like, oh.
Some will die, but I think some will just change back to green, and get smaller and wilt down some.
That's one of the things I don't like is the dependence. Oh, no. Almost ended the stream. For the love of God. I did. I hit end and it said, "Are you sure?" And I'm like, no.
You can add a bubbler to, if you're out of CO2 and it's going to be a while, I've heard of people taking like those micro bubblers that have lots of bubbles
Yeah.
and putting that in your tank because there's so much CO2 just in our atmosphere. And
Uh,
that way you can, feed your tank a little bit. It's just not like steroids. It's probably more like Gatorade or not. Yeah, maybe Gatorade or something, a lot less dosage, but it's still something you're adding to your water.
right.
I love those micro bubblers. I started using, I don't use them now, but when I've got my first saltwater set up, because I was so worried about the aeration and like candy overalls, when people would tell me, no, your beneficial bacteria is going to be on your rocks and stuff, not so much in your hang on back. I mean, you need your filtration, but so I finally gave up the micro bubbler, but they're really cool. I think it fell apart. My two were wood. So,
Oh, neat.
um, um, Craig said, "What about pond sealer, Ed? It dries clear."
To cover stuff.
I guess.
I've never actually, the only pond sealer I've used is the black foam pond sealer, and I've used that to make rocks and stuff, and it does a great job. But I've never used the clear. But like you can use the clear stuff that you put on the bottom of boats, and I think lots of bars will cover the tops of their bars with this clear coat stuff that's like a high gloss, and
Yeah.
people put it on the bottom of their yachts to protect their wood, but it holds up super good. And I haven't used that, but I
Is
heard
that
that's
shellac?
fish tank safe.
Is that shellac?
It's a type, but it's called, oh, gosh, I can't think what it's called right off the top of my head. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, people
brain's
put
not
things
all
in cubes of it and stuff to preserve them and stuff. I can't remember. We're down to just a few minutes, so I'm sorry, Ed. Hold that thought. I cut you off again. Sorry, but
Oh, no, it's all right.
any questions or comments? Or we've covered a whole bunch of stuff here, even reptile stuff. That's, I think, besides Ed, but all the rest of us have reptiles. It's just a matter of time for Ed, though.
I have 2 amphibians.
Oh, that's right.
What?
Yeah.
I have 2 dwarf African frogs.
Oh, what do you have them in? Do you have them in a tank with anything?
Cory cats. And it's so funny because when I feed them, there's 3 Corys and the 2 frogs. And you see, these were animals that I got from somebody that I was supposed to be house sitting. And then she got her house and she's, oh, you can just keep them.
Wow.
So I'm like, oh, great. So, and it's like it's 2 different types of Cory cats even, but at least there's 3 and they're all good size. And then the 2 frogs, and they all wait in the corner for me every night when I go to drop their food in.
Oh, wow.
And they all sit, like the frogs will sit right on top of the catfish. It's fun.
Oh, wow.
And one's a boy and one's a girl frog. You can tell the boys have like a little bump in their armpit. And so you can tell that I got 1 boy and 1 girl, but they've never done anything.
What do you feed them?
You feed them bloodworms.
Ah.
Now, I've been told that bloodworms isn't the best for them because bloodworms have a little snagginess to them. But like it can get caught in their throats.
Oh.
But it's what they've been eating for the last several years, so I just keep doing it.
Yeah.
I know sometimes these things you hear don't feed, like mud skippers and this and that, and in the wild they don't know that. That's what they eat. But
They love the bloodworms. I mean, I used to drop the frog pellets in there, and they didn't go crazy over them.
No,
But they go crazy over the
I
bloodworms.
got frog pellets, and none of my frogs like it.
Yeah, that's what I had.
Yeah.
And when I got done with it, we said, I got to feed these something they're going to enjoy. And bloodworms they're addicted to. So
Yeah.
Ed, if
But
you're up to
pox-
it, I guess I'll see you tonight, Ed, on Pam's if you're up to it. But and Pam, I know I'll see you. And
Yeah.
Susan,
I'm going to bed.
you'll be going to bed right now.
Yeah.
So thanks everybody. I'm going to go ahead and end here. I think Daniken's going live, if not already. So there's a link there that Sam put up. So head over to Daniken's, please, and support them. And thank you, Huawei, for all the links. And thanks everybody for being in the chat. And thank you, members. I do have some members. I don't know. I think they just feel bad for me. And so I have members. I never give them any content. But and thanks,
Everybody
Shauna.
enjoy the rest of your Sunday.
Yes, and thank you, Pam. See you at 11 Eastern time.
Yeah.
Susie, we'll see you next weekend. Did she freeze? She did. And Ed,
Or she fell asleep.
or both. There she is. Now she's moving. Susie, when do you stretch?
I'll be watching for you tonight, Susie.
Yeah, we'll shout you out when you come in at 2 a.m. Yeah. Thanks, Ed. Hope you feel better. Good night, everybody.